Number 6 in 88 Films Italian collection is A Blade in the Dark, directed by Lamberto Bava, and this was wonderful from the get-go. It's all about Bruno, a talented composer who's working in Tuscany in this rather large mansion, and there's somebody else stalking and killing people, and he is part of this event and starts to discover information that is kind of leading them down the path of what's going on and why. There is a movie producer who has hired Bruno for a job, a movie that she's doing, a horror movie, something that he's never worked on before, something that he's not entirely comfortable with the notion of, and he hasn't seen the full film. He's only seen segments at a time, but is starting to create the music for it. This is the way the producer wants it, because she's trying to keep the big surprises in tow for this one. And it works really well. We have this composer who creates the theme of the movie, playing it several times, and Italian movies are notorious for having the same piece of music constantly throughout the movie. This time it feels organic and natural, and almost didn't notice it when it seeped into the final third of the actual movie as a piece of music as it was leading to tension. There is some misgivings with the movie that you just need to go with. People turn up simply to be killed, but that's kind of what you're looking for in these giallo movies. We have a killer who is taunting people. We see the nail polished fingers of a lady as she is stalking other people around about this house. We have strange killings that are happening and bodies that are being hidden. We have Bruno who just can't quite figure out what the heck is going on. What was the old person that owned this house, Linda, what was she really up to? Can't get a grasp on this. He finds strange stories, notebooks and diaries. Everybody kind of alludes to something, but he never quite gets there. And it becomes a movie that's really rewarding, that I found to be a really enjoyable giallo. And you can see some of the constraints that they had. They're tied to this house. They're forcing other characters into the piece that wouldn't naturally get there. There is some moments of wonderful tension and kills. There is moments where you're screaming at the screen going, why the hell are you going there? As one woman climbs into a corner of a wall behind some chicken wire, where you know what's going to happen to her. There is stalk and slash scenes that are wonderfully staged, and there is this almost expressionism with light throughout the movie. This is a house with lots of doorways and long hallways with doorways, and these are all lying open. The lights are shining through them, and they're creating these weird oblong patterns on the ground which really add a lot to it. And Bava himself gives some really good direction, some nice subtle flair that I almost didn't realise he was doing in certain points, because as the camera glides and moves along, there is a definite sense of suspense and tension here. And even though I could kind of guess what was coming and who the killer was, it was still fulfilling. It didn't leave me wanting more or wanting to know any other facts. I was happy with what had happened, and I really liked the fact of the movie being a prominent clue into this film. The movie within the movie itself was really fun. I think Bruno was great. Stars a young Michael Suavi, who would go on to direct some more movies of his own, including Stage Fright and some other awesome ones. And it's just a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed A Blade in the Dark. I wish I had gotten to it sooner. It's a giallo that I've never really heard mentioned too much. But I can say, yeah, check it out. And I believe this one is possibly going out of print soon. So if you see it out in the wild and you manage to pick it up at a good price, get it while you can. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. Let me know in the comment box below. And I'll see you next time on Man v Film.